3 days ago. Chinese humanoid robot manufacturers accounted for more than 97% of global shipments during the first half of 2026, according to Bloomberg.
Yeah. So this is exactly why. I mean, and then you pair that
97%, Brandon.
Yeah. Yep. This is what Peter Alexander was saying. And you pair that with the fact that there's this bond issue, that you pair that with the fact that the U.S. economy is hobbled. You pair that with the fact that we've got really not strong showing in the military domain. And the fact that China has all the gold, this gold reserve. I just think that at this point we've locked ourselves in
the Arctic as well. The Arctic is emerging as an alternative shipping corridor between Europe and Asia, and the US cannot manufacture the icebreakers to be able to win the race there.
Which gets us back to the shipyard crisis as well, because they can't produce this stuff. And the Russians in 2008, in their national security strategy memo, when we were all talking about Iraq and Ukraine and what's going to happen in Europe, the Russians identified the Arctic as their number one strategic priority. And if you go back to that national security strategy memo that the Russian National Security Agent or National Security Council put out, they outlined a 10-year plan on how they were going to dominate the Arctic. And you know what? They achieved that goal. While everybody was focused on the Middle East and Ukraine and all that, the Russians have completely conquered, for now, the Arctic. And to be fair, they do have a lot of coastline with the Arctic, so they automatically are going to have more influence there. But they have completely outstripped the Americans and Canadians. And now, by the way, as an aside, this Canadian-U.S. spat has complicated the ability for Canada to get the F-35. Now, I'm a critic of the F-35. I don't love the F-35, but it is our primary export to Canada right now. And the reason we need them to get those 88 warplanes is because they're not doing enough patrolling of the high north. And NORAD absolutely requires Canada's assistance in conducting those patrols, in securing that high north region. Canada can't do it even if they wanted to, because their Air Force is antiquated and they've been needing the F-35. And now because of the trade war, Carney is saying, I don't think we want the F-35. We don't want to be dependent on the United States.